When you look at any work of art, you should have questions asked of you. In turn, as a viewer, you ask questions of the painting. In a sense then, the artistic experience may best be expressed as a series of enigma. The best artists create a neutral space in which our darkest questions can never always be fully answered, but they can at least be confronted. As a painter, William Rose is unconsciously aware of his role, and so has created an art which sits in that indeterminate space between artist and viewer. And this is a quiet space, timeless and ill-defined, and uncontemporary. The almost medieval traditional iconography and subtle references from half-remembered historical contexts fuse together into the creation of his unique world. A world of complex motifs and symbols, drawing us in with the hope of resolution. And at first it seems relatively easy to delineate various themes and concerns in the work. On one level, the paintings, for instance, seem to speak about the terrible and even comical dissymmetry of judgment. In the figurative paintings, each character resides in the studied stillness and brutal comedy of master and slave, while the landscapes, similarly, despite their tranquility, suggest a brooding and complex world. And yet always Rose feels that in a sense he's hiding behind this symbolic, mythical world, and the thematic codes interwoven in his work are always shifting, collapsing and reforming, defying and denying resolution. In a partly lit, partly defined space, grappling to impose our meanings. And like those bewildered chefs, we act out our ritualistic role as viewers, present in the paintings, but simultaneously absent. Like the chefs, whose relationship with their world is mystifying and difficult, our relationship with Rose's art is forever in flux. Yes, this world is silent, it must be so. Its understanding necessitates in the viewer a state of stillness and tranquility. Sonic absence and silence at the heart of each painting exists as much as anything to allow the viewer to contemplate timelessness. The non-specific temporal context of the paintings connects collective myth with history, and it refuses to let us abandon our past, either collectively or personally. And yet within this silence we are aware of our relentless search for meanings, which always elude us. The more we think we understand Rose's paintings, the more we need to know.
The artist searches for truth, for self-knowledge, for self-expression, while at the same time providing the world with concrete evidence of a unique experience in time and place. My landscapes have always had a classical basis, and they relate in structure to my still life painting. This exhibition begins with self-portraits. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? I treat landscape painting as evidence of the divinity of place. I have painted landscapes since I was a child, and the observation of landscape has been a sacred activity for me, linking my sentiments to and with an outer world. I see the cook as an archetypal hero, both tragic comic and happy sad. My study of the works of Piero della Francesca revealed to me my own spiritual state, and to an extent, my own spiritual dilemmas. My painting is often dark. Dark tonally, dark psychologically, dark emotionally. However, it is often said that out of the darkness comes light. The Cook paintings have been an attempt to speak of the human world in universal terms in which the human drama is played out. The role of the cook in these paintings is to express the condition of humanity in various psychological states. You will take note that the cooks in my paintings appear in a circumstance which appears to be a void, a blankness, a dark and undefined space with no furniture, landscape, door or window, a non-place where there is no context